Ludicrous Feed is proudly sponsored by Carloop, data to empower Australia's EV revolution, and Hankook, driving emotion. Hey everyone, this is Tom from Ludicrous Feed. This is Joy.
Hello.
And behind us is the smart #1 EV. We've had this car for the last week and we're about to share with you our thoughts on the car. So let's go check it out. Okay, so let's go through some of the good and the bad of the smart #1. So good points. It's had a recent price drop. So these pricings are now drive away, whereas previously it was before on-road costs. So the Pro Plus variant, which is the entry-level model, $54,900. This is the premium variant, $58,900, so for $4,000 more. And then the Brabus, which is the performance variant, for another $9,000. That's $67,900 drive away, all in Australian dollars. Geely Mercedes-Benz collaboration, so you're probably paying a bit more for that Mercedes-Benz badge, or at least collaboration behind it, and the styling and the design, of course. 5-star ANCAP rating, very important. 66 kilowatt hour rear-wheel drive powertrain, 62 kilowatt hour usable. WLTP range of 400 to 440 kilometers depending on your variant, and a reasonable consumption of 16 to 17 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That's not too bad for a car this size. 0 to 100 in 3.9 to 6.7 seconds depending on the variant, and 200 kilowatts to 315 kilowatts powertrain depending on rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive, and again 343 to 543 newton meters of torque. 22 kilowatt AC charging. Not many cars have 22 kilowatts, so that's a big plus. 7.4 for the Pro Plus variant. The 22 is only for the premium and the Brabus variants. 150 kilowatt DC fast charging for a 400 volt architecture vehicle. Not too bad for a car this size, so you can probably go for a long drive, given that it can charge reasonably quick for a 400 volt architecture anyway. 130 kilowatts for the Pro Plus entry level, and weight wise 1.788 tons to 1.9 tons depending on whether it's rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive, accounting for the extra motor. And it's got V2L, vehicle to load, 3.7 kilowatts as well. All right, so let's go through some of the pluses of the exterior. So matrix LED headlights, which is excellent for night driving because you have adaptive high beams now. And this is very similar to the smart #3 styling, of course. They're very similar from the front. And that's basically where it ends, because we'll talk about the rest of the styling and the design of the vehicle for the smart #1 compared to the 3. Okay, so we should probably talk a bit about the bad of this car. So NMC battery, so nickel, manganese, cobalt. Some people might see that as a negative. It's not LFP for a lot of the reasons which I've gone through in a previous video, so check that one out. Although arguably NMC battery means it's a more dense battery, so you can get away with a lighter vehicle. It is smaller than the #3, so 4.27 meters in length. You can sense that it's a shorter vehicle lengthwise. The smart #3 is 4.4 meters. It's definitely taller than the #3 as well, so 1.636 meters compared to 1.556 meters for the smart #3. And you can definitely get a sense that it's a taller vehicle when you drive as well. It's a bit more roll and lean as you around corners. We'll talk about that when we go for a drive, of course. Other bad things, warranty is only 5 years, 150,000 kilometers, and the battery is 8 years, which is good. 4-year fixed servicing costs, so you've got to account for another $2,400 to $3,100 depending on the variants for servicing on top of the base price, of course. And it is every 12 months, every 20,000 kilometers, which some people think is possibly a bit excessive for an EV, given there's less moving parts, of course. The pricing of this vehicle, and I guess smart in general, is expensive, I must admit, with so much on offer nowadays. So, for this price, around mid $50,000 price range, you've got a lot on offer, and you get bigger cars as well. So Tesla Model Y, of course, Xpeng G6, Deepel SO7, Kia EV5, Leap Motor, C10, Geely E5 that's coming. The list goes on. And even for a similar sized vehicle, the Seeker X is slightly less expensive, also a Geely vehicle. And of course, if you want to go smaller, you can get a lot cheaper cars too, like MG4, Dolphin, Aura. So a lot coming to market in the next 12 months. So a lot of competition for the smart #1 and #3. All right, let's keep going with this car. So I talked about the size of this vehicle, and we'll do a walk around now. And yes, you get a sense it is a boxier looking car, right? You know how much I love the #3, but I must say I'm not in love with the #1 because I feel like it's got a lot of the negatives of an SUV. It's like tall, but it's not big, it's not versatile. I'll talk about the boot space when we get there, but you can see how it's, I don't know, I find it odd personally. I know it's just subjective, but it is boxy. It's got a high takeoff here. It's got this weird cap, looks like a safety helmet almost for the back. So again, subjective, but that's my opinion. Let's go through some of the finer details of this car. So you've got wheel arches with plastic covers. So again, that SUV kind of feel. I think that's a cap. Smart badging, Conti's at least 19-inch wheels. Ultrasonic sensors throughout, which is nice. You've got cameras on the side of the mirrors for the 360 camera, which is handy. Flush door handles also, which is good, which pops out. Smart badging. There's also puddle lights too at night time, which is nice. Again, very squat back. You see that? How it just quickly ends like that. Look, some people might like that, I understand. But I just feel like it's just not proportioned as well as the Smart Hashtag 3. All right, let's have a look at the boot. I mean, roof rails is good. That's one good thing, so you could put stuff on top. Not much of a lip here. Tail light there. Rear wipers, that's one good plus. I like that. Bit of chrome here too to break things up. Light bar up the backs. Smart design there. Let's open the boot up. There's the hashtag 1 badge. And it is auto lift gate as well, so that's good. At least for this variant anyway. Privacy screen, partial shelf, button there. Like, you see how the boot is small. I forgot to bring my Big Bertha today, but I'll have to check it out later on. A very squat boot. Bit of netting there for storage. And underneath, extra bit of room there too, which is good, I guess. Yeah. So, and just showing you that's a 60-40 split with the seats. And they do recline a little bit too, so that's something. And we've got down here 3 anchor points for child seats if you want to carry children around. 12-volt power outlet there. Yep, and lighting here too, so that's something at least. Okay, let's close the boot. Let's shut this. Let's come around here and I'll show you the charge port. Manual open. I don't think there are indicator lights from memory. Oh, there's something there. Maybe that's a light. But these plugs. Why do EV manufacturers put plugs? But at least the DC, I don't mind if that's covered because that's not used as often. But AC you use quite often, so probably could do without. Well,
and I think the design of this one, you can't put them the wrong way around because this has got, so at least it's relatively fail-proof.
You should put the DC first, of course. That's how it's meant to be. Yeah. Okay. When you're in a hurry, it's a bit annoying. Look, there must be indicator lights because there's a little guide here. Okay, closing that. And have a look at this. A bit of graphic there. Okay, so that's that's basically the Smart Hashtag 1, just in a nutshell, very quickly. Tell me what you guys think of the design here. Again, you know how much I love the 3. The 1, not so much, just for the reasons I've outlined already, but you might think differently. Let me know in the comment section.
I don't know whether it was just my initial impression because of the colour of the car, but it reminded me of a London cab, like just a mini version. Yep,
true. To drop another name, like another OEM, I feel like the Smart is like the mini, to the BMW. The Smart is to the Mercedes. This is like their smaller vehicle. It's definitely a lot bigger than the old Smart 4.2. So when I tell people I've got a Smart for the week, they always think of the 4.2s, but no, I tell them no. Smart is different. It's been re-engineered. It's different now. It's a collaboration with Geely. One more point too. The rear windows are tinted, which is nice. Your rear passengers can hide in the back there when you drive around. Okay, I'll just show you the frunk or the bonnet real quick. So be prepared for possibly the smallest frunk I've seen in an EV.
At least there is one.
Yeah, true, there is one. Teeny tiny. This is a tyre compressor kit, I believe, so obviously no spare tyre, but tyre compressor kit. It's got V2L, so you would think it would come with a cable. Probably fit some charging cables.
It's small, but it's deep. I think there's been one car, I can't remember, it was really, really shallow, like you could fit a laptop in it. I think that's actually even more unusable than this.
I think you're talking about the Hyundai, the Ioniqs, the first generation Ioniq 5s, had the very shallow bonnet. Okay, I'll just show you this side. Actually, let's go into the second row first before we do anything. I'll just show you the door first. So inside, there are scuff plates. I think the plastic's still on, so it's not blue, it is chrome. I think the plastic's still on there. yeah, it's the usual power controls. Beats sound system for the premium, by the way. Lots of speakers. I think it's 13, 600 watts, Beats branded. Nice chrome door handle there. Reasonable sitting room. I think you sat in the back there, Joy, last weekend.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes. It's actually surprisingly roomy for a vehicle of this size. Like, it doesn't feel like it's a very small vehicle. And I sat in the back with 2 other people.
You did.
And again, you know, obviously I wouldn't want to do it for a long road trip, but for short distances in the city, it's definitely comfortable enough. So it felt spacious enough.
And look, to be honest, we're not huge people, so you know, I think for average size people, it's okay.
But I was actually surprised at, like, I thought I would feel squashed, but I didn't.
Map pockets there. Look, manual controls.
Yes.
Yay.
Front and back.
Interior lighting, which we'll talk about more inside. Fronts. A little bit of storage here. I'll just grab the camera here. So a little bit of storage down here, and also USB-A, USB-C charge ports. Flat floor, well, almost flat floor, pretty close. Close enough. And armrest, center armrest. 2 cup holders, that folds up. A little bump here, it's a bit weird. Isofix anchors, different style, all across the back. And removable seat on the middle too. Yeah, all 3 are removable. One thing about the 1 actually compared to the 3, and by the way there's interior lighting too, which is good. One thing about the 1 is that it's got a powered sunroof, which is pretty cool. So this doesn't bend, this glass, but the Sunshade does. So that's probably one of the few benefits of the 1 over the 3. The 3 is just got a glass roof, but the 1 has got a powered sunshade. So it's got, you know, it's got that over it, which means that you can have best of both worlds. Like a really nice view if you want, but if you want to shut it, you can definitely shut it straight away. And it's pretty responsive. Just shut it now. And you can stop at any point you want to as well. And you can vent it from, or sorry, you can shut it from the screen electronically as well. Might just shut it halfway so I've got more light inside the front when we go do the walk around and walk through. Okay, let's head to the front seat. Okay, so the window panes are just single, front and back, single pane. So insulation, some of the noise does get through. And because they're frameless, the door shutting sound, the back's not too bad, but I think the front feels a bit flimsy to be honest. So just listen to this. Yeah, probably doesn't come through on camera, but it's a little bit sort of shaky. I'll just show you the door controls there. So it's talon shaped, easy to grip, powered window, nice chrome again, storage down here, and also here powered seat controls for the passenger with lumbar support. So you get the works, which is good. And check it out, you get a glove box too. Not many cars, well not, some cars don't come equipped with glove boxes anymore. And then perforated seats too. All right, let's hop inside and we'll go through the front. Okay, so on my side, of the driver's side, nice soft materials throughout, which I love of course. Makes the car feel more premium, nice stitching. Just check the door sound from inside. Yeah, that's just a pass, I think. AQS badging there, air quality I think it is. There's that Beats branding throughout for sound. Normal window controls, door lock unlock. You've got storage down here. And the Frunk or bonnet open there, double pull. A few more controls down here too for lights and boot as well. And manual controls, like I said, for vents, which Joy likes, I know. I like to be honest as well. It's quick. Something like pulling it like this, as opposed to having to fiddle with the screen.
Yep.
All right, quick look through the steering controls. By the way, head-up display, so that's another big plus for the premium version. And instrument cluster screen as well, which is very handy. And on the controls here, big smart badging, smart, just in case you forgot, and cruise control and auto steer, and some more controls here on this side for volume control and trip computer. Left side indicate, China's left-hand drive, Mercedes European left-hand drive, and gear stalk here as well. And auto wipers too, rain sensing wipers and rear wiper can be accessed from here too. What else can I tell you? So let's have a look at the styling. So kind of similar but different to the hashtag 3. You can see the Mercedes-Benz philosophy sort of bleeding through. A lot of chrome too. It's quite nice here. I can just take the wire out so before you shut that.
I wasn't going to shut it completely, just to give you an idea that you can make it look cleaner.
Yes, but you can also do that. So the soft touch, I think it's called. Soft close. 12 volt here. 2 USB-C. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto for the big screen here in the middle. A few buttons here. AC controls, demisters. That's obviously always going to be a button. And settings here too. You can turn the screen off if you don't want it. Time.
I had that issue where I think I was trying to type something on the screen and I ended up pressing driving mode.
Yes. Yep. And you rest your hand here. Yep. Rearview mirror. Sunshade we talked about. Touch for on like that as well. Outlook. Sunny's holder. Yep. Big pluses. Driver monitoring. I think this is what this is. No, actually, no, this is driver monitoring here.
What's that one?
This is for the sunshade.
Oh.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a camera as well.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. Anything black. Visors got illumination. Yep. Ticket holder.
Both
Same with
sides.
Joy. Good. Does it swing out? Yes, it does. Does it extend? No, it doesn't. Yeah. On your side, you've got a bit of gloss there, and otherwise, yeah. Door looks pretty comfy there, sitting in the passenger seat. And over here, you've got some more privacy as well. Just take this cable out. See that? Shut that. Yes, I'll just show what it looks like. It's all shut. It's a bit more clean. Cup holders, little pocket here, and then center console. This is ventilated too, by the way. Okay. Yeah. Quickly go through the screen. I won't go through the whole thing, but I'll just give you some highlights. So that's Apple CarPlay, of course. If you want to flick up to the car's UI, it's there. Quick shortcuts here, home screen, apps. So I'll just go for the energy app, that's probably important. You can charge to 90%, which you should for daily use, given it's an NMC battery, 100% for long drives. Schedule your charging, dynamic versus standard. So standard's like WLTP, dynamic is how you drive. Obviously I use more battery than the average person with my driving style.
The average mythical person.
Average.
Yeah. Was it WLTP? It's an average mythical person.
Average mythical person. Ideal lab conditions, yeah. 360 camera. The resolution's okay, I've seen better. 2D mode, 3D mode. Blind spot views. That's handy. More views. There you go, when you're parking. Front and back wheels, front view. Yeah, front camera is always handy. Automatic parking as well, if you want that. You can mute the noise too if you like. Let's get out of here. You can V2L discharge, trip computer. So last charge, I've only driven 40 since the last charge, but I always see it about 15 actually, to be honest. So not bad. And it tells you the different, the distribution of the energy. So 90% driving today, the rest is from AC and other things like charging the phone, I guess, and other processes. And if we look at the trip, so 2,825 kilometers, I think that's the odometer as well. Let's have a look. I think it must be. Anyway, that's pretty good sample size. 15 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers is pretty good consumption, actually, for a car this size. You have more energy data there. So there you go, that's some peaks and troughs. And again, 82% from driving, the rest from AC and other processes too. So I like the stats for nerds. It's very handy to see how much is actually going into the car rather than anything else. I think that is the odometer. See, that's the total mileage. So that's quite handy because this is a good sample size. It's not just me driving, but other journalists and media driving this vehicle. So it's a good sample. Okay, I'll just go back here. Yep, other apps you can play with and lots of settings too. So I'll just go here. This is a quick shortcut if you are sick of the ADAS alerts, which there is if you don't turn it off. I'll talk about that when we go for a drive. And then if you want to, when we drive off, I'll just flick down like that, put activate on, that way you can get rid of the alerts, which can get quite intrusive. Yep, other settings here, so regen braking high, which I have it on, power steering auto, tailgate open, you can adjust the height from here as well. Ambient lighting settings, lighting settings, general settings for volume, connectivity, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, display. The avatars don't move like in the press cars we had last year and the Chinese cars too. Just it's too distracting, I think, for ADRs and cap. That's why they turn it off here in Australia. Driving assistance, you can set that for your safety warnings and so on. Vehicle settings, pretty straightforward. Yep. Tire pressure monitoring system. The software updates too, which I've done in the #3 last year. And legal, privacy, all that stuff. I've got 24. It was quite cold this morning. I found it quite cold anyway. I'll bring it down a bit. So you can see this. Oh, there's heated steering wheel, heated seats as well. Heated seats on your side. I guess there's no ventilated seats. Just looking at this. I can see
I don't want to heat
I'm
a
sorry.
seat in summer.
Auto, and yep, auto everything, air quality. Pretty good inside and outside. And there's different drive modes too.
Can I just see deodorization?
Yep. Oh, okay. Okay, if you're too stinky, you can vent the windows. You just heard that.
That's hilarious. And then the fan goes to maximum
Goes
power
nuts.
as well.
That's smart there. Oh, it's a countdown timer as well. We don't smell that bad, do we? I think we're okay. Let's turn it off. Wow, that's loud. Okay, that's...
Now we've done it.
Let's do its thing. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's swap that way too. I don't have cell in this car, it's a press car, but you can, I guess, do nav. So I've been able to try it, or the app for that matter. Right.
Back windows too.
Back windows?
No, as in like they're still down from the deodorization mode.
Bring them up. Okay, let's bring this vent up, sunshade up. Okay, well, let's go for a drive. Okay, just other things I've missed. So storage down here, which is kind of a, I think it's like a given now for EVs, just to show there's no powertrain running through here. And a couple other things too I missed. There's a heat pump as well, so making the AC in the car more efficient in general. And premium leather seats, which Joy's sitting on, and myself as well. So that's what you pay more for the premium variant. Okay, so let's head off for a quick drive and put it on drive there. And I'll just show you what the ADAS is like before I turn it off. Auto lock as we drive off, which is nice. Indicator noise is not too bad, not too annoying. Speed bump. Ooh. Okay, so the intrusiveness of the ADAS is basically the overspeed warning. Means you shouldn't be speeding, right? But sometimes even 1 kilometer over the speed limit, it'll start to beep.
And that's incorrect anyway, because it's a 50 zone. It's 40 during
Correct.
School zone time. So it's picked up the school zone sign, even though it's not actually a school zone at the moment. So yep.
It's time-based. Yep. So to turn it off, before I showed you all the ADAS settings, you can sort of pre-configure that before you drive off. Okay, the benefit of a quick EV is you can get out of a turn like that real quick. So if you want to turn all that off, you can just shortcut down like that, and then activate, and then flick up. So not too bad, but still an extra step before you drive off each time. Okay, so again, like I said, there's just a bit more roll, just with a higher car, or higher off the ground, compared to the Smart #3. So I'll just show you quickly the cruise. So you can press this button here, the steering column, and call Smart Pilot Assist. Scroll it up by 1 each time, or hold on to the button to go up by 5s. Okay, so I'm just going to sort of rest my hands here as we do this curve. Not too bad. Steering to the right a little bit. so I'm just gonna guide it a bit more. I think because I've got the lane assist off in my ADAS, so it's kind of, it's frustrating when you're driving, you don't want the lane keeping, but then when you want the autopilot on, you want it on, so maybe there's a couple of profiles I need to set up. And then obviously you can adjust how close you want to drive to the car ahead. So yes, obviously just as a user I need to fine tune that, otherwise it's not reliable enough the way it is. It's got auto, as opposed to the speed sign, assist as well, so when it reads a new sign it'll just drop down the max speed for you, which is something Tesla still doesn't do, by the way, for its cars. It doesn't quite match the speed sign on multi-lane roads anyway.
This one would match the wrong speed sign anyway if it's past the school zone sign.
Nothing's perfect yet. So for it to match the speed sign for a school zone, it needs to be programmed as well, right, for time.
And date.
and daylight saving. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's useful, if you don't count it as autonomous driving, obviously, which you shouldn't. It's just nice to have this sort of auto steer function. Alright, so let's see how well it comes to a stop. Not doing anything with the brake. So it doesn't have one pedal, I don't think, or does it? Let's see. Let's press that. Well, it's got S pedal.
Confirm?
Trying.
Got one more second.
You gotta wait 10 seconds. Okay, I'll take off cruise and just see whether I've got one pedal. See whether it comes to a complete stop. So we come to a traffic light, hopefully. Yes, I'm wishing for a traffic light. Who would have thought? Alright, here we go. Bit of bounce at low speed. Alright, here we go. I gotta stop. I gotta brake. Otherwise I'm gonna smash into the tow bar of the X3.
So the regen braking wasn't strong enough to stop?
Wasn't strong enough.
That's interesting because according to their disclaimer, it would be. Like they were saying, it's going to be really harsh braking.
No, wasn't strong enough for me anyway. Not for my comfort level. Now, something I do want to try with all cars now, because given our Xpeng G6 experience, is to make sure this works with a Tesla Supercharger. So Chatswood is just there. We're going to go test the Tesla Supercharger. Okay, so let's just slip into the left lane here. Do some driving through the small streets for you. Here's a good road to test on. Concrete road. I think the insulation is not as good. Some of the noise is coming through.
At one point I think I still have my windows up in the deodorization mode.
But even so, even now. I think that's to do with the height of the car, to be honest.
I think you just don't like the height of this car.
Yeah,
and it's
biased.
Clouding your view of everything else about this car.
You know me, I don't like cars too high. I just like them closer to the ground.
Whereas for me, I prefer this one because it's a bit higher up.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yep.
I suppose you do like your SUVs.
Yep.
But then again, I love the 3, as you know.
I think you made that very clear in your review video.
Okay, left here. It's nice actually with EVs, regen braking. It's just enough to slow down in the corner and then speed up again once you make the apex. Mini handling test through this through this chicane. Okay. Now, Tesla Supercharger. This one's open access, so should be able to charge all EVs. I say should, nothing's guaranteed in life. And why do I test Tesla Superchargers? Well, unfortunately, well, maybe fortunately, they are the most reliable network on the east coast of Australia. So if you're doing a road trip, if you've got a Tesla Supercharger in your route, then there's a huge bonus if they're open access for all EVs for that matter. It's just abundance, so some places have got 16 stalls, you know. There's not many that don't have at least 4 stalls, and they are reliable. That's one thing about Tesla Superchargers. I mean, they're not actually that much more expensive, to be honest. I'm happy to pay a bit more for reliability. Ticketless car park.
Are you saying charging at a supercharger, charging at a Tesla Supercharger is not that much more expensive, or are you saying a Tesla is not that much more expensive?
A Tesla Supercharger is not that much more expensive compared to like other networks. Obviously, having a Tesla is like the most reliable because you can access all the Tesla Superchargers, and it's just plug and go. Obviously, with a non-Tesla, you got to do a bit more work. Go through the app, etc. This one's pretty well signed. This one in Chatswood. The charge port was on the left, which is good. Okay, here we are, Tesla Supercharger. Let's back in. Left side.
No pillar, no like...
Bollard.
Yep.
Take care.
I'm honestly surprised that they haven't put one.
It's just so
Do
that...
they just trust people?
It's so that like other cars with ports all over the place can get closer to the charger,
Yeah.
but it is a risk, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so here we are, Chatswood. We're in stall 1B, 69 cents per kilowatt hour and cheaper with a membership, $10 per month. But that's the price without. Just press start charging. We're plugged in. Initializing. All good signs. Flashing green on the smart logo there.
I'm getting flashbacks.
From our X-May experience. So that is a charge indicator. We talked about that before. Brilliant, there you go. So that is a good sign. It's only 78%, so it's quite a high state of charge. So that I don't expect that to go too much higher, but we did go through earlier that the peak is 150 kilowatts. So this is a 400 volt charger, so we should be able to get 150 with a low state of charge. I can't prove that, but just theoretically it should. Anyway, 54 at 78, it's all right. I won't stay here too long because it's cheaper to charge at home for me, but good to have that documented if we do ever take this for a long drive somewhere.
Yeah, it's actually working.
Yeah. Pretty good app too. It gives you all the stats you need. Might just go in the car and just check it out too. So in the car you can see same stats, 79%, pretty much like for like. 400 volts, like I said, charging 53, 54, charging speed in kilometers an hour, and 13 minutes remaining to 90%, so that's not bad. And information also on the drive cluster screen, same thing. So info everywhere, which is good. All right, well, yeah, I might stop charging soon, but yeah, if you want to stop charging, you can stop there or stop there on the app or on the car, which is great. Right, let's do that right now. Which one, car or app? You decide.
Car.
Oh, there you go. Charging ended. Charging failed. Well, it's failed because the car stopped from the car. Okay, let's unplug. And the V4 Superchargers, which is what this is, it's got the longer cable, which is great. So you can reach quite a lot of places, no matter where your charge port is. And unfortunately, got this stupid plugs. I shouldn't say stupid, but it is stupid. There you go. Yeah. Okay, well, that's it from me. Enjoy, everyone. Smart hashtag 1. Charging a Tesla, okay. And you've got the specs now, you've got the information. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Do you like the car? How does it compare to the hashtag 3 and compared to other EVs on the market? So thanks so much for watching, everyone. Until next time, happy charging. Some nice interior shots here at night, well, at least in the dark. I don't know whether it turned green because we were charging, but yeah, maybe it's dynamic like that.
It's interesting because it's like, oh yeah, see, it's gone blue again.
It's gone blue, there you go.
So it was green because it was charging?
Very interesting,
maybe?
yeah, I think it was. Okay, one more one pedal test. Coming up to a stop. No, not that time. Okay, here we go again. Hey, there you go. It does work. But you got to give it a lot of room.